What's up, everybody? My name is Eric Bland. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe now. We are going to be talking about the Cricut Maker. Before you buy a Cricut Maker, please watch all of this, if you would, please. There's a lot of questions in here that a lot of people ask me. Hey, do you think this, is this cool about the Cricut or this machine? Or can you compare the two? Or can you do this? Or what does this have that doesn't? So here we go. I'm going to compare two right now for you guys. I'm going to compare the Cricut Maker. Cricut makes other cutters as well, but the Cricut Maker is like dummy proof. You don't have to dial in the vinyl, whether it's going to be a little thicker, which means the blade is going to have to be pressed harder, so you got to thicken that up. It's dummy proof. You push a button and it does it for you guys. Okay, it's really super simple. The cool thing about the Cricut Maker, and mind you, they're not paying me for this. I'm just telling you because I get so many questions about it. I'd rather just put it on one video so you guys can see. So the Cricut Maker is about this big, about that wide, and depth-wise, and it needs about this much area. Okay, so in my office, if you guys don't have the luxury that I have an office that I can do it on. That side of the office is nothing but shirt making and all that stuff over there. The Cricut Maker stuff is all over there. Okay, that's going to be a pretty good size area that it's taking up. But that's because I have an office designated for that. If you're a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad, I don't want to leave stay-at-home dads out of there. But if you guys are just starting this out and you're an entrepreneur or something that you're starting a shirt business or whatever, sock making business or whatever it is that you're doing with the Cricut, okay? Making an earring business, I don't know, all kinds of crazy stuff with it. Decals for back windows, the list goes on. Your area might only be this big because you have a little apartment, or maybe you have a smaller house, or maybe you have a bigger house, but you just have no room for it, okay? The UsCutter's like this big, and think of like a stand-up piano, like a little keyboard. That's how much room that sucker takes, okay? I'm 6 foot tall, so it comes up to like waist high. I would come up to waist high on me. I have to latch that onto a desktop too, so you gotta remember you're gonna have to take your desktop. So in my office, it gets a little warm up here. I can go ahead and take the Cricut Maker, not very big, take it, unplug the cord, and walk it downstairs. I don't have to lug the desktop down because you don't need a desktop to use the Cricut. That's another misinformity that I had in the very beginning. I thought I had have a desktop. Before I bought the Cricut Maker, I was like, I'm gonna go buy a desktop, 250 bucks, threw it out the window pretty much. Thing was super slow. I got the Cricut home, realized I could use my phone, tablet, a laptop if you have one. I use Apple products, so it's very nice for me. I have the 10X, which is or 10X Max, is a bigger iPhone, so I'm able to use that phone. And then I'm also able to use my tablet. Does it work on Android? I don't know. I don't have those, so you have to look those videos up, but I'm pretty sure they probably do, especially being almost 2020. Obviously, Cricut would have the program to run that. But super, super simple. So you don't have to lug this big cutter machine around. Yes, is it 450 bucks? And just the machine is, 350, 400. For the Cricut Maker, but trust me, it's gonna be well worth it. I mean, the things that you can do with this machine is awesome. Let's talk about, I wrote a couple things down here, so then that way, what are you gonna use it for? If you're cranking 100, 200 shirts out, maybe the UsCutter is your style. If you're cranking that much out, you need a bigger space anyways. It is a little faster. That machine cuts a little faster than the Cricut Maker. Well, Eric, what are you saying, it cuts slow? No, that's not what I'm saying. It cuts pretty damn quick. But at the same time, if you're cranking 100 shirts out, that might be a better adjustment. Matter of fact, you might want to buy a different cutter, and it cuts, I don't know, $30,000 machine, and it will cut real fast for you guys, okay? So, just be assured when you buy, let yourself know of the budget that you set for yourself and what you're going to be actually making for it. If you're making 100 plus shirts a week, probably Cricut Maker is not for you. This is more like at home, do it yourself, start a project, do it for a couple months, stop the project. You got family, you got stuff running around. I will tell you, you might get a divorce to your family. I'm just kidding. But because you'll get into this machine and you'll be up in the attic or in the bedroom or the office for hours. You'll get lost in time, I promise you. So the Cricut Maker is a little different too, because the Cricut Maker has products that you can run down to Joann Fabrics or Michaels. A lot of people around the States especially, you are not a far cry from a Joann Fabrics or Michaels, right? Or better yet, you don't need everything that says Cricut, okay? You're like, oh my gosh, I have to buy this Cricut from Joann's and that from Michaels and this. You don't have to do that. You can buy on Amazon. You can buy in bulk that way. You don't have to have scissors that say Cricut. You can buy ones from Dollar Store. You don't have to have the wax paper that they sell in the bundle. No, you don't need that. You can go to the Dollar Store and get the wax paper. So those are like little tips and tricks, I guess, if you will. I got the larger mat. I got the larger mats. I think I got 2 off Amazon for like $12.99. I'll put some links down at the bottom so you guys can go ahead and search those up. It comes with, the machine comes with 2 mats. It comes with a light blue mat and a pink mat. The light blue is for your vinyls. The pink is more for your fabric. It sticks more. I don't recommend using that pink one very often, especially if you're using vinyl, because you're going to be ripping that off and the vinyl will come on. It's kind of tough. But if you're in a pinch, you can run down to Joann's and grab something, especially the vinyl. I wouldn't recommend the Cricut vinyl. Okay, I don't recommend the Cricut vinyl. I think that's another video for itself. Scissor Easy Weed would be the question that you guys, well, then what do you recommend? Scissor Easy Weed is perfect. It's one of the most expensive vinyl out there. Trust me, it's well worth it. You can throw it in the and not in the shower, but in the wash, and you can keep washing and washing and washing, and it doesn't peel off. Okay, so keep that in mind. But if you're in a tiff and you need to run down to the store, you can get something from Joann's. If you ran out of, let's say you're doing a shirt and you have one shirt left to do, run down there and grab it, the materials. You need Cricut vinyls only. We talked about that. You do not need Cricut vinyls. You can use Oracle vinyl. You can use all kinds of different other ones. There's names out there that you guys can take a look at. Also, there's different vinyls. If you guys don't know this, you guys will learn this very quickly. There's different vinyls. So when you go to the store, don't buy all these vinyls because it's a pretty color. You have to look on the description itself whether it's an iron-on. Okay, iron-on is great for clothes. Iron-on is not good for metal or cups or anything like that. There's different ones for specific ones as well. The hardest to find are black and white. It just goes so quickly. So if you can find an iron-on black and white, remember, go to Scissor Easy Weed though. Okay, Oracle 651 if you're doing like outdoor material. If you're gonna go do like a boating letter or a business name or something like that, you can go to different Oracles other than the 651, but that's the one I like personally. We talked about the accessories. You don't need every accessory that Cricut makes. Come on, you definitely don't need those. It's nice to have some. I mean, you can buy a squeegee. A squeegee is what you would put, if you're putting on a decal, you see those, like sometimes it's blue, yellow, with all kinds of different colors, but you can squeegee those. You don't need that. You can buy them from Amazon. You can, for a couple bucks. What else would I recommend to you guys? Trying to think off the cuff of my head. Those are a lot of ideas that I wish I had a video that I could just run to and be like, oh my gosh, I needed that information. Oh, like for instance, I would have saved 250 bucks right off the bat. I wouldn't have gotten the scissor deal, which is the little cutter. You do need the cutter though. Like this cutter, you need some sort of cutter to cut the vinyl. You don't want to just keep cutting it with scissors and say, oh yeah, this is it right here. Get one of the cutters, cut it. It's super simple. It doesn't necessarily have to be Cricut. It could be a different brand. Let's see what else. I'm looking over there and trying to see what else. You do need, I'm going to throw this in there real quick. This is a video about the Cricut Maker. There's different compartments in there too that holds, in the Cricut Maker, it holds different areas. I could take you guys over there and kind of show you guys what it does, but I mean, you have it or you've been researching it so you know what it looks like inside. I'm trying to think. Very simple to go ahead. You can keep your phone. One of the things I want to say to you guys is keep your phone or your tablet or something by it, okay? If you're doing a project, keep it by there. Sometimes, you know, my kids are running around, so I'm doing a project. I take my phone downstairs and it will stop my project right in the middle of it, okay? Because I'm not hooked up to the desktop and it's not wired to that machine, which you can wire it to the machine, by the way. You can wire it right to your desktop if you choose. but you don't need to. It'll stop. So make sure that your phone is near it and stays by it, okay? Can you accept phone calls? Yeah, you can accept phone calls. It never did anything bad for me. But if you walk away, it stops the program. You've wasted a whole piece of vinyl. Cricut Maker, I'm telling you, it's phenomenal. My brother and my sister-in-law, they own a boutique, and they're like, Eric, we really want to. I will promise you, I told them this. Once you get one, expect late nights, sleepless nights, because one thing, you can drive down the road and you see an emblem on a car and you're like, oh my gosh, that's the coolest thing. Or, you know, like the little stick people, you can make up cool ones for your family. I mean, and print it right off, go stick it on your car within 10 minutes of thinking it, putting it out there and putting it on the car. I mean, okay, maybe half hour if you're brand new. But I mean, it's so endless the things you can do. You can make little dinosaurs with the Cricut Maker. The little ones, the wood ones, you know, the 3D ones, you can make those. You can make, I seen a company down in my hometown, they're doing earrings. They have a whole earring company and they're just making it on the Cricut. Socks, you can do all kinds of cool socks. Like if you can read this, you know, give me a glass of wine, or give me a book, or whatever other sayings you want to say on the socks. But I would highly recommend it. If you guys are searching for it, yes, is it a little bit more money? Yeah, definitely think about the size of it though. I mean, it's this big compared to the Cricut Maker's like this big, and it's like a big piano, and you got to have that much room in your house. So I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. If you guys haven't, go check out some more videos. I do all kinds of videos on here, how-to videos. I bought a Harley, so I'm doing some new things to that and decking that out. So, hey, check those out too. I love you guys. Until next time, see you.